This is why y'all should have the props ready. All right, let's try it again. Hit me.
You are watching a master at work.
Hey y'all, welcome to the Christian Bae TV, where Christ and culture connects. I pray that you guys are having a wonderful day. As you guys see from the title, today we're talking about dying for purpose, and we're going to be speaking on the best rapper alive. Let's be clear, I love Lil Wayne. I'ma stick beside him.
Really, Lil Wayne answers to no one.
Is that an interview that you actually gave with Katie Couric?
Is that an interview that I actually gave with Katie Couric?
Yeah.
What's your name again?
Hey, well, that's not the question.
What's his name?
Pete Ross.
Huh?
Pete Ross.
Pete Ross.
Yeah.
That's a stupid ass question. You just saw me on there giving an interview with her.
Lil Wayne was my favorite rapper before Lil Baby. And the fact that Lil Baby said in his song, I'm the new Wayne of this generation, it's true. It's given that. So I love that for me because two goats, okay? So today we're gonna be talking about Lil Wayne's story and his testimony. And okay, hear me out. I was a Lil Wayne fan by default because Lil Wayne was my big brother's favorite rapper. So that's all I heard in the house growing up. So then once I got in middle school and high school, that's all I listened to because this is all I heard in elementary school and growing up. But y'all, I just found out something while preparing for this episode, and we're gonna get into it right now. Now, somebody, a certain mister, came for me because I told him that I didn't know this, and he was like, how you a Lil Wayne fan and you didn't know this? But give me grace, like give me grace. I never did the research. I just loved his music. So anyways, let's get into it. But before we get into the episode, of course we have to do the OOTD. So y'all, I literally just got on the snatch set that I used to sell on my website, which is just a long sleeve black onesie and some black biker shorts. I love me an all black look. Y'all should already know this. If you loyal baes, you know I'm gonna put on all black every time. So that's the OOTD, and I just have on some gold hoops. I kind of wanted to give Soldier because y'all know. So that's what I wanted to give. So I didn't put on no accessories, but it's like polished Soldier with red lips, you know. Speaking of the red lips, I told you guys on last week's episode that I was gonna give y'all different lip combos because y'all know I am a nude lip girl. So this week we brought out the red. Okay, this is my favorite red lip gloss. This is the YSL. Now you see how I had to clean this off? Y'all should have cleaned this off before I started filming. As a prop, it should be clean. I have to tell y'all to clean props. Y'all, why is the prop dirty? My favorite lipstick is Dirty White. This is the YSL lipstick, and the color is 21, and it's called Rue Per Couture. And okay, it's not matte. It's very moist. It slides on like butter. But if you want a matte look, you could just put some setting powder on top of it because this red is vibrant. It's so pretty, and I love it. So this is the lipstick for today. So now that we went over the outfit of the day, the lip of the day, let's get into the fragrance of the day. Gucci Bloom. Let's get into it. I love this fragrance. It's very sweet, it's floral, it's girly, it's sweet. I like it. However, I am so glad that I bought it in travel size before buying it in full size, because the thing about Gucci perfume, and Gucci, if I'm wrong, reach out to me and let me know if y'all got Gucci perfume and it's a different situation for y'all, leave it in the comments. Whereas for me in my house, every time I wear Gucci perfume, it lasts like an hour, maybe an hour. It's not long wear. After an hour and a half, it's gone. So I'm so happy I started off with the travel size, because if I would have got the big bottle, I would have been mad, because now I have to keep the big bottle in my purse with me when I wear it somewhere, because it's gonna be gone in an hour. It's giving body spray. I don't want it to give body spray. I want this scent to say, because the scents give everything. And I had that experience with this Gucci Bloom, and I also had the Gucci Floral. The bottle is so nice for Gucci. I don't have it because we took it back. But when I had Gucci Flora, the bottle is so nice. It smells so good. But y'all, it's gone in an hour. So you go out, you have this good smell of perfume on, and if they don't smell you in the first hour, they're not gonna smell you, baby, because it's no longer there. It's gone bye-bye. It just disappears into thin air. So I'm glad that I got this in travel size, because I know when I put it on, I need to put this in my purse and take it with me, because 30 minutes to an hour is gonna be gone. It's no longer, you're not gonna be able to smell any of it at all, unless they like chewing your skin. Other than that, forget about it. So that's my only thing with Gucci perfume, is that it's not long wear, but the scents, I really like them. I feel like they're really girly, really soft, and really floral, and I love that. So I love Gucci Bloom, but maybe they're more water-based than oil-based, because y'all know oil sticks on you longer. It like absorbs into the skin. I don't know. I'm not a fragrance expert, but it's not long wear. But it's still that girl. Just keep it in your purse. Get the travel size and keep it in your purse, and freshen up every hour. So this episode is going to be like episode 3, where we talked about P. Diddy and we talked about God or Crazy, depression versus destiny. If you haven't watched that episode, go check it out. It's very inspirational. And if you're somebody that struggles with anxiety or depression, I feel like you may be able to take something from that episode. But as for today, we're talking about dying for purpose. And in this episode, I'm going to be including clips throughout the episode, and then we're going to talk about the clips. So let's get into it. As always, you guys know I have 3 points that I'm going to talk to you guys about, and then we're going to end the episode with some encouragement. So while watching this interview, the first point that God gave me, your purpose is the thing that gives you life. You feel most alive when you're doing the thing that you were created to do. And when you're not doing that, every second that you're not doing that, you're literally dying for purpose. And I know y'all can relate to this. Like, I remember before I became a full-time content creator, I was a teacher. I was a 2nd grade teacher, and it was nothing wrong with my job. I love working with kids. You get out of school at 2:40. We off a bunch of holidays. You off weekends. Like, the kids are fun. They go to lunch and I'm free. They go have recess and I'm sitting there chilling. Pep rallies. Like, you have a lot of freedom as a teacher, especially with elementary kids. So it wasn't a hard job at all. We watching movies. We coloring. We talking about this. Like, it's very easy. But every day that I was going to that school, I felt like a part of me was dying. Every single day. And it wasn't because the job was hard. It wasn't because I didn't love what I was doing. I wasn't living and doing the thing that God created me to do. And that's the thing. When you're not operating in what God has called you to do, even if something isn't bad, or even if it's something that you enjoy, you're still going to be internally dying for purpose. And I love that about this interview, because I did not know he shot himself. I did not know that. I knew that he got shot when he was young, but I never knew that it was him.
I said I only had a half a day on one of those days. So therefore I stayed out the rest of the whole day, just like it was a full day. She found out. And so when I got home, on that thing, it was that Friday, whatever, I got home, got a phone call from my aunt. It was like, she found out, boy, you about to get your ass kicked. And all that rapping and all that, she about to take that rap folder, she about to throw that shit away, she about to, and I was like, wow. Hung up the phone, thoughts everywhere. Main thought was, I'm gonna show you. Main thought was, I'm gonna show you.
What were you gonna show her?
So I picked up the phone, I called the police. Yes, I knew where she kept her gun. And it was in her bedroom. And so I went in her bedroom, grabbed the gun. I already made the phone call. Looked in the mirror, did like that. Of course, it was like, oh no. You know, cause I got a little too scared. That was my head, like, no. But then I said, fuck it. How I know I had mental health problems was I pulled the trigger.
You actually pulled the trigger?
Yeah, I pulled the trigger.
Where'd you shoot?
In my chest. Didn't feel a thing from my heart, and didn't feel a thing though. So I wasn't going through any pain. It was a shock. It took too long. It took too long for it, meaning that death. It took too long. So I was still just laying there. I didn't feel a thing. I said, shit, I said, I'm here for a reason. Had on like my little school shirt, so therefore it was cotton and we had wood floors. So I'm saying that to say, because of the blood was pouring out of my chest so much, that it made it easy for me to slide with my shirt in the wood across the floor. I made it all the way there. Only energy I had left was to kick the door. kick the door and I start hearing them go crazy. Like, someone's in there, someone's in there.
I feel like this is eye-opening because he wanted this thing so bad to where at a young age he knew, if I can't do this, I don't want to do anything else. And I wish I would have knew my purpose at 12 years old, because I would have been into it. So the fact that God revealed his purpose to him at that age and he was willing to die for it, he was hungry for this thing. He is passionate about this thing. He wanted to do this and he was going to do it at any cost, even if it was at the cost of his life. Now, of course, I'm not condoning that. I'm not saying I agree with his behavior or anything like that, but I'm just saying the purpose inside of him was so hungry that it led to him making the decision that he made.
What would you say kept you alive that day, in that moment?
God. Plain and simple. Plain and simple.
I love how he said God, plain and simple. It was nothing else that saved him but God. And that's because God had a bigger purpose for him. And I want you to know, if you're feeling discouraged today, if you're feeling like you're dealing with depression, anxiety, or anything, I want you to know that God has a bigger purpose for you as well. And just like him, God wants you here to fulfill that purpose. The thing is, when we go through life and we experience these seasons where people around us don't believe in a dream, or people in our family don't believe in a dream, or people are telling us we can't do it, it's never going to happen. Sometimes we feel the emotions in that moment so much that it just feels like, well, do I even want to be here if nobody gets it, nobody understands it? Maybe I shouldn't even do it. Maybe I should just give up on it. But I want to encourage you guys with his story to understand that even in those moments when nobody gets the vision, his mama didn't understand. When nobody gets the vision, when nobody is cheering you on, when nobody is clapping you on, I still want you to know that your purpose is still relevant. Your purpose is still important, and it's still going to come to pass. Even if they don't believe it, even if they don't see the vision, even if they don't accept it or approve of it, your purpose is still going to come to pass because it is God-given. So only God can take it away from you.
Are you using your words where your words not going to get the point across?
The words won't even be able to be said or able to be spoken. You don't, my mom, the way she was then, or you don't speak in that, ladies. You don't speak about, you don't tell her your opinion. What? I wish. I'm from one of them families where, your mama kick your ass and straight up, and you don't talk back, and you feel what I feel, and none of that didn't go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also I had no father. My father wasn't around, so my mom definitely felt that she had to wear the pants, and she had to be the dad and the mom, so she was a little extra on everything. She had to just to make sure she got her point across and make sure I ain't try to run over her. And so again, words that was again the loneliness. So when you have no one to vent to, no one to get this out to. Mm-hmm. You can't bring it to your friends at school. You're still trying to be cool to them. You're not trying to let them know that I got something going on at home. So what I never said was, so the mom that I knew before that day on my life and everyone's life in here, I have never met or seen or heard that lady again in my life. So I didn't die that day, but somebody was gone.
Somebody was gone. I love how he talks about how his mom was different. I feel like in that moment, she realized that this thing is important to him, important enough for him to almost take his life. That's how important it is. And it was an eye-opener for her. Now, of course, I wouldn't suggest this, but there will be moments in your life where the people who did not believe or the people who did not support, they will have those eye-opening moments where they realize this is what he or she was created to do. And before I didn't believe, before I didn't understand, before I was doubting, but now I get it. There will be a now I get it moment for everybody that's around you, everybody that's in your life, everybody that ever doubted you. There will be that now I get it moment, but you just have to make sure you're here to experience it. See, he almost killed his destiny because of a moment, because of somebody saying that they was going to take something away that they didn't even give to him. But God made sure he stayed here so that it could be fulfilled.
How could you be that popular but still feel alone?
When I say alone, I mean, again, when those doors close. When the lights cut after the thank you, you got the homies, then you get to the bus, and then find y'all boys good, blah, 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 whatever, and then them doors close. And there's nobody that no one know you. And then again, you create these things, and here again, it's mental health. Because none of these perspectives or none of these opinions or decisions or things you're thinking or thoughts may be true at all. It's what you're creating here because of your situation. And again, so you start to think, well, do anyone actually care? Will it matter when it's all over? Will I matter? And that's always the question. Well, will you matter when it's all over? Will you matter? Not the things you've done, the things you've done for everyone else, but will you actually matter to them, but most of all to you?
You know you're in purpose when you're most vulnerable. See, the thing about purpose is that purpose is something that God has given to you and not you have given to yourself. So it's going to reveal some parts of you that you didn't even know you had in you. You didn't even know you were capable of doing. And that comes with a certain level of vulnerability, because I didn't know I was made for this. I didn't know I could do this, or I don't know how I'm going to accomplish this. I don't know how this is going to come to pass. I just know that God is putting this desire inside of me. So there's a certain level of vulnerability that comes with that. And in that moment, that is where God's strength works through you, because you know that you're not equipped for this. You know that you probably didn't even have these skills or didn't know the skills that you had. Look, he was 12 years old. He didn't know how he was going to become a rapper. He was 12 and he wasn't rich. He didn't have a dad that was a producer. His dad wasn't around. He didn't have any connections. So he didn't know how this desire and this purpose inside of him was going to come forth. And then his own mom is telling him, I'm going to take it away. So that is a vulnerable state to be in, to know that you want this thing so bad, but you also don't know how this thing is going to come forth.
Who's number one? Jay-Z? No, that's cool. It's okay. That's
Drake
okay.
number 3.
That's okay. I thought Drake was going to be number one.
M's not even on the list.
Eminem? Who else was on the list?
Gooch.
Yeah, Gucci was on the 6, Rick Ross.
Gucci who? Gucci Mane? Was on the list and Eminem went on the list? Shout out my nigga Gucci. Shout out my nigga Gucci.
That is confirmation that you're operating in your purpose. When you're that vulnerable, when you question it, when you try to figure it out your hardest, and then you just have to go with what you know or go out, step out on faith. That's how you know you're in purpose. That's how you know that you're doing what God has called you to do. When I decided I was going to do the Christian Bae TV, I'm just like, is my audience going to get it? Are they going to learn something from watching this? Y'all, I had stopped watching YouTube before I created this series that I'm doing, the Christian Bae TV. I stopped watching YouTube. And let me tell you why I stopped watching YouTube. I stopped watching YouTube because I realized that everyone on YouTube is aesthetically pleasing, but I'm not getting anything from it. I'm not getting anything. I'm not learning anything other than by designer, cute pictures. You know, like, I just realized, like, what is this feeding me? Because every time I'm watching this, it's aesthetically pleasing. You know, it's what's popular. Everybody's watching it. These are the it girls. This is what everybody is doing, watching this set of YouTubers. But it's just like, what am I learning from them? And there's no shade or anything. It's just, I felt like I had outgrew that season of watching that type of content, because I realized, like, there's things that you can learn. It's all about perspective. That's why I'm being careful what I say, because I don't want to say they're not teaching anything. But according to my standards of what I want to live on, the type of life that I want to live, I want more than just trips and designer. I want my mind to be elevated. And I didn't feel like my mind was being elevated. If anything, I felt like I was constantly being showed that I need to get more of this and more of that and more things, materialistic things of this world. But the purpose part of me wasn't being fed. That's it right there. And so when I was watching these things and spending my time watching this content and consuming this content, I realized that I was dying for purpose, because I'm spending my time watching this content that isn't feeding my purpose in any way, shape, or form. Because my purpose isn't to be aesthetically pleasing. My purpose isn't to have all of the newest designer. My purpose isn't to just wake up, lashes today, nails today, all right, trip next week. Like, that's a part of life, yes. We all want to do that, but the substance, what is the meat of it? You get what I'm saying? Like, I see the extras, but it's missing meat for me. So I lost interest in it, because it wasn't feeding my purpose. And when I prayed for my content, I'm just like, God, I want my content to make a difference. I want people to watch my content and know that, yes, black girl luxury, yes, cute, fashionable, designer, take trips, live your best life. You deserve that. There's nothing wrong with that. But also get to your purpose. Because the thing is, with people seeing this content with all of the black girl luxury and all of this other stuff, if you're not operating in your purpose, you have to find a way to get that stuff. Because the thing is, your purpose is what makes room for you to have these luxurious things. But if nobody's talking to you about your purpose, they're just showing you the luxurious things. All you thinking is, I need to get these luxurious things. That's it. I just need to find a way to get this stuff that everybody got so I can be aesthetically pleasing. But no, figure out your purpose. Figure out what God calls you to do. And when you begin to operate in that, he will bless you with the extras. That's the thing. It's content that's full of extras, but nobody getting to the core. And that wasn't enough for me. So I lost interest in it.
Line of questioning going to go on?
Not much longer.
All right.
I don't know. Didn't you win,
I don't know,
the award for Best Rap Album of the Year in 2008 for the Carter 3?
I don't know.
Mr. Carter, you have to wait until the attorney is finished asking the question, please.
I'm sorry, that's my psychic. I'm sorry.
But I also got to the place to where I was vulnerable, because it's just like, okay, I want to talk about fashion. I want to talk about travel. I like designer. I like hair. I like nails. I like makeup. But I want my content to make a difference. So with me creating content this way, will my content come across the way that I want it to be received? Are they learning something from it? Are they taking something from it? Is it pushing them to figure out who they are and what God created them to do? Because once they figure that out, they can get anything else. Seek first the kingdom of God, and all these other things will be added to you. You can get the designer. You can get the trips. You can have an aesthetically pleasing lifestyle. Just figure out your purpose for it first. That way you don't gotta go out here and date somebody toxic son just to get it. That was my prayer. Like, is my content teaching this? Is my content coming across in a way that I want it to come across? Because I'm watching content, but I'm dying for my purpose, because I know that I can create content like this. This is the type of content that's popular. I can create vlogs. I can do this shower routine, nighttime routine. This is popular. But it's not waking anything up in me. It's not giving me life. It's causing me to die to my purpose. But it also places you in a vulnerable state, because will the people get it? Or will it just be content that's lost in the crowd because it's not what's popular? But at the end of the day, your purpose don't have to be what's popular, because you were made for this, which is my second point. Made for this.
Happy with where you are now?
Actually, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Thank God. And it's only simply because of being able to do what I love. And that's be productive and put some music out and help some people put music out and help people along the way. That's what I love. That's who I am. I guess simple, cliche, that's who I was born to be.
You were made for a specific purpose. Made for this. If you're trying to figure out what your purpose is, you're happiest when you're doing it. Whatever it is for you, when you're doing that thing, you are at your happiest. And if you're doing something and it makes you the happiest you ever feel, that's attached to your purpose. And if you're anything like me, I felt like, because God called me to be an influencer before influencers or content creators were considered an actual job. So he first told me in 2016. I'm not saying that it wasn't a thing. It wasn't as popular. So I never even associated what he was telling me to do with being an influencer. So if you're anything like me, it's like God is telling you to do something, but because you don't see it, or it's not popular, or you haven't come across it yet, it's just like, I can't do it. Like, remember I said, if you guys know my testimony, I said, well, I just want to talk about God, Christian influencer. But in 2018, after I graduated college, it wasn't popular. It didn't have a title. And again, I'm not saying influencers weren't out. I just didn't associate what he was telling me to do with being an influencer. So the thing is, when God reveals our purpose, sometimes we don't know how we're going to get there, or we don't know what that looks like. So it's easy to get discouraged or doubt it, but keep at it. If there's something that makes you happy, continue to do that thing. And if it's your purpose and what God has for you, he will create an open door for you to do that thing. But you must continue to do it. You must continue to get better at it. Do not stop just because you don't know the next step, because that is where faith comes in.
What do you do, bro, on a daily basis? Is there anything outside of music to make sure you stay in check? Is it therapy? Is it meditation? Is it prayer? What do you do to make sure you stay happy with where you are?
I pray every single day and night. I think I've said that a zillion times already. Since I pray a lot. That comes from my grandmother. And she just made me, you're going to pray regardless. And even if you don't know it, you're too young to know what you're praying for, you're going to pray.
I don't even got nothing to say for this part. I pray every single day and night. Pray. And y'all, this is what I love. Like, I was literally crying watching this interview because this is the part of my purpose that I love, is that God allows me to see things like this. When people look at people in entertainment or rappers or people of the culture or secular music, when they look at them, what they see is not what I see. God has given me the ability to see the God in them. So when I have proof of it, and when I see the fruit of what God has already shown me, it confirms my purpose and it makes me so happy. Like, I've always loved Lil Wayne, and I didn't even know he had this type of relationship with God. Y'all, there's a song about this situation, and it's called It'll All Work Out. And I'm going to end this episode with that song, because it will all work out. You were made for this. There's a purpose that you were made for, and he knew his at 12. I don't know if you already know yours or you're praying to know yours, but just know you feel most alive and most happy when you're doing it. And if you try to do anything else, you'll feel like you're dying, because you're dying for purpose. And it's such a play on words, because he's the greatest rapper alive. He was called, his title is the greatest rapper alive, but he tried to kill himself for rap. Do y'all see? I hope y'all feeling it the way I'm feeling it, because when God gave me this revelation, I'm just like, wow. He wanted to rap so bad that he tried to kill himself for it, and God saved him, and he became the greatest rapper alive. Dying for purpose. What I also love about this clip is he said, I pray every single day and night. And this is not an old interview. This interview was last year, 2021. So this is still current. See, when you see people making fun of Lil Wayne or talking about Lil Wayne or mentioning Lil Wayne, nobody's mentioning this part. And that's the thing with the culture, which is why God called me to be where Christ and Culture connect. When the culture openly talks about their relationship with God, sadly, majority of the Christian community, they don't talk about that part or highlight that part. They only point out their flaws. They only point out, well, listen to his music, listen to what he say, but listen to what he's saying right here. Let's water what we want to see more of. I pray every single day and night, and this was last year. So this is current, this is up to date. A man of God that's not in the pulpit, but still spreading the gospel. This video, this interview has over 1 million views. So he done let over 1 million people publicly know I pray to God every single day and night. God is the only thing that saved me, plain and simple. This is ministry, y'all. This is doing the Lord's work. This is a disciple. This is a vessel. The Christians may not highlight it. The Christians may not give him his flowers, but I appreciate the work of God that he's doing, regardless of the music that he made, regardless of him cursing, regardless of what he looked like. He's letting it be known, God got me here.
Would the adult Lil Wayne say to the 12-year-old young man before he tried to pull the trigger and end his life? What would you say to that young man?
I always think about what I would tell him, and the answers always comes out to be the same thing, and it's always a question. And it always is, what if that isn't the wall or the ceiling that you're seeing? What if?
The third thing that God showed me while watching this interview, and my final point for this video, is what if your day is tomorrow? That's my question to you. What if your day is tomorrow? Because purpose is scary. Stepping into purpose is scary. Trying to figure purpose out is scary. Wondering if you're going to make it, if you're good enough, if people are going to receive you, if people are going to support you. All of those things is scary to do. And when you're stepping into purpose, you have to wake up with those thoughts every day. I'm not saying you're not going to think that. We don't know what his thoughts were at 12 years old trying to figure out how am I gonna do what I want to do. My mama don't even believe in me doing it. How am I get it done? There's thoughts that you have to wake up with every day when you're living in your purpose. But my question for you today is, what if your day is tomorrow? What if God opens that door for you tomorrow? That is why you have to keep going. That is why you have to figure out, what is my purpose? I'm not dying for purpose. I'm not living every day boring and living in routine and not liking my job and just going for a paycheck. I'm just living. I see so many people rant on TikTok about, y'all, we just living to pay bills and die. We just living to work, pay bills and die. No, you're just living to work, pay bills and die, because I have a purpose and I know what my purpose is on this earth. So every day I am living to make a difference. I am living for my purpose. I am living with a goal at the front of my mind for people to see that there's secular people and people in the culture who are doing the Lord's work just like people in the church. I have a purpose. I have a goal that I'm trying to accomplish because I know that's why God placed me here. So once you figure out yours, you won't be living to just work, pay bills and die. And once you find it and begin to walk in it, what if your day is tomorrow? You guys know I love to end every video with encouragement, and my encouragement for today is, the greatest rapper alive almost died because of rap. Your toughest battles are setting you up for your greatest victories. It felt like his mom was taking away what he was made to do, but that's the plan of the enemy. He wants you to forfeit your destiny. He wants you to cancel it. He wants you to destroy it because you're getting so consumed in the circumstances and the things happening around you that you just throw in the towel, that you just give up on yourself, that you just give up on life, because he know he can't stop the purpose that God has given you, but you can stop it. So if he can get you to allow your circumstances or the people who don't believe in you or your thoughts or depression or anxiety to stop you from doing what God has called you to do, he didn't kill your purpose, you did. Don't willingly kill what God is birthing in you. Stay the course and you will reap what you sow. That 12-year-old that thought that rap was being taken away from him and tried to kill himself, dying for his purpose, became the greatest rapper alive. Like, God is so intentional with the way he words stuff, he has stuff happen. Like, now that you know the backstory and know that he tried to kill himself for rap, the fact that he was titled the greatest rapper alive, it just hit different. It just hit different. I don't know about y'all, but for me, I still feel like I got chills because he's the greatest rapper alive, but he was almost dead. Literally shot himself in the like, that's nothing, like he said, nothing but God, plain and simple.
The first person likely that would have been told by me would be God, because I tell him everything.
Who's that?
God, G-O-D.
Oh.
Yeah, I tell him.
As in
the man.
God who rules over us all.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And do you remember anything in particular you told to God that you didn't like about the documentary?
Remember. No, I don't remember.
So leave in the comments and let me know you guys' feedback. Did you guys notice about him? What did you see? Any other revelations throughout this video or anything else that God showed you? Leave it in the comments. Y'all know I love talking to y'all in the comments. I love hearing different insights and things of that nature. If you know your purpose, I want you to boldly type it out in the comments. My purpose is, and type it out. Be bold in it and begin to work towards it. Once you know what it is, once you say what it is, it gives you that much more faith to actually begin to work towards that thing. So if you know your purpose, leave it in the comments. If you have something else that you saw throughout this video or another revelation or something that God placed on your heart, share that in the comments as well. If you're a Lil Wayne fan, what was your favorite song? Leave that in the comments. Mine, I got so many. I really love Something You Forgot. That was a cute little song. Somebody dedicated to me. That's when I started liking that song. But I like mixtape Wayne more than mainstream Wayne. Like The Droughts. And Rollin' that's like my top two. Rollin'. Yeah. That's the one. That'll do it for me. That'll do it for me. Ooh, y'all, what if Lil Wayne and Lil Baby go on a concert together? Wow, that'd be great. When I meet Lil Wayne, because I'm gonna meet him, I'm gonna come back to this video and take a clip and then make a new clip with me meeting him, because that's just the way that God works, and I got that type of crazy faith, you know what I mean? So yes, leave in a comment your favorite part of the video, your feedback, your purpose, your favorite Lil Wayne song, and whatever else God has placed on your heart. I love talking to you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. I pray that you enjoyed the video. I pray that you enjoyed all of the commercials. Your girl had her little acting on. Thank you guys so much for watching another episode of the Christian Bae TV, and I will talk to you guys in episode 5 next Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Turn on the bell notification, share it with a friend, give this video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
I ain't where my heart was pounding. I shot it and I woke up with blood all around me. It's mine. I